If you'd like to, please subscribe. It helps me out a lot. I post every Wednesday. Hey everyone, my name is Catherine and welcome to my channel. So today is a very exciting start to a brand new EF trip. For this EF trip, I'm actually doing an ambassador trip to Kenya. EF offers ambassadors a couple of trips a year, basically where there's just other ambassadors. We have to get content for EF. They're a little bit cheaper, but they're generally the same exact schedule as the other EF trips. There's actually another regular EF Kenya trip right now going on, and they're in this hotel as well. So yeah, I'm just doing a quick little intro because we just had our initial meeting. It is the first full day. I got in last night and now we're gonna have a start, and I wanted to introduce the first section or the first video of my Kenya series. I am not gonna lie, I had a little bit of a rough start to this trip. I didn't look at how long the flights were gonna be because I'm like, I want to go to Kenya. I'm just booking it, and I didn't realize I had two different 9-hour flights. I thought the first one was going to be 9 hours and the second one was going to be like 5, but I got here. But the kicker is that I get here and my suitcase wasn't here. Now I checked my bag. I brought a carry-on because the safari cars, they want you to have a smaller bag, but I just had too many liquids to bring it on the flight. It never left Seattle. I went Seattle to London to Nairobi. And there's another girl who was on the Seattle flight and she also didn't get her suitcase. So it's very frustrating because I'm not the type of person to have like a spare pair of clothing just in case. I have like face wash and I happen to have some like laundry detergent, funny enough. So I washed like the essentials, but I was like this morning drying with a blow dryer my one pair of socks that I have that I washed last night that did not dry overnight. So I'm really hoping I get my suitcase today, tomorrow the latest, because I don't have enough stuff. I don't have moisturizer, so my face feels super dry right now. When you wash your face, you know how it feels tight. Yeah, but I don't want to be too complainy. It's just like really sucky because you're in this foreign country and you don't even have your stuff. But anyway, I'm gonna head out and see where we go. I know we're going to like an elephant sanctuary and some other stuff. I love wildlife, so hopefully actually starting out and seeing the animals and all the things we're doing will put me in a better mood, because all I've done was get here, sleep, have breakfast, and a meeting. So yeah, let's get the day started. So we started out by going to the Nairobi National Park, and the first animal we saw outside the gate was a warthog. We hadn't even entered the park yet, and I was so excited. This is what the Jeep looked like. It could seat about 6 people in addition to the driver, and the roof pops up. You can stand up, even stand on the seats with your shoes off, and really get an incredible view. We saw crocodiles right away, and I was just so incredibly excited to see all of the animals. We saw zebras, gazelles, giraffes, lions, rhinos, so many different animals, and I was so surprised that the safari park was right in the city. At certain points, you can see the animals walking by and the skyline behind it. It was so trippy seeing the wild, but then the city as well, because all of these animals, they're completely wild. They're not domesticated in any way. We even saw this lion, and the people that work here, just like rangers, they don't touch anything. So we saw different carcasses. We saw even like a lion who was feeding off of some animals. They just don't touch anything, completely wild. And I absolutely loved this first introduction to safari drives. After lunch, we ended up going to the giraffe sanctuary, which was adorable. We got to feed the giraffes, and I think giraffes are definitely one of my top favorite safari animals. Of course, these all are giraffes that were injured or abandoned or rescued in some sort and needed to have some kind of human intervention or assistance in order to survive. And I really loved this place. I will say it was quite crowded. And some people ended up going a week later, right as they opened up when we had a free day, and had a much better experience because I had to fight with other people in order to feed them and pet them. But I'm still really happy I went, and I eventually won and was able to pet him. And look at his head, it's so massive. I just couldn't get over how big they were, and I even got to feed a little baby giraffe. I loved it.
For the ceramic beads, we deal with them here, but for the Maasai bead work, we deal with it back at the village. We have a group of 4 women, and each group contains 100 people. So what we do is we buy leather. We cut the leather in sizes of dog collars, the Apple Watch bands, the belts for both men and women, and then we send the piecework to them back in the village so that they can do the beadwork on the leather. And once they're done, they'll bring the piecework back here and we do the finishing part of it. So this is women empowerment organization. We deal with disadvantaged women. These are single mothers, orphans and widows, and we're around 50 women. So this is how our clay looks like. It has all the impurities. It has sticks, stones, grass, and that's why we need to sieve this clay to get rid of all these impurities. And once we sieve our clay, we are going to pour our clay there for it to dry and drain the excess water for like 3 to 4 weeks depending on the weather pattern. And then once our clay is ready, it will be collected from there.
Bro, I'm cracking up.
And they're going to use a knitting needle to put a hole through when the clay is still wet. Then later on, sun dry the shapes for like 3 or 4 hours because we are trying to save on electricity. Because after that, it has to go to the kiln for the first baking, and now this is what we get after the first fire. So these ones, they are now ready for glazing, and I will show you where we do the glazing part, okay? But before we go to the glazing department, we'd like to welcome you with a song. We love visitors so much, so we're going to sing for you, and then you're going to dance. So once it dries up, we're going to remove them one by one, because we have such sides that stick on each other that don't get glazes. So such sides are going to be hand glazed one by one. And at times we might need patterns like the zebra pattern, the giraffe pattern. So all those patterns are going to be hand glazed one by one.
Beautiful.
But like they did that all by hand.
1, 2, there it goes.
So
Okay,
that's
too
now
much.
electronic and the beads are going to be for.
Okay, so I'm at the speed shop and I'm thinking of getting a couple bracelets and a necklace. Hey everyone, so I am back in my room now. It is 7:30 and we have our welcome dinner at 8. I wanted to update you all with what I've done today, which has been a pretty amazing day. So as you saw, we started out by taking Jeeps out to a national park that is just a safari, and I was so surprised that this is a wild place. These are all wild animals and they're just there right next to the city. So we would be driving in our Jeeps through this park, seeing wild zebra, wild giraffes, wild lions, wild rhinos, ostriches, crocodiles, different types of gazelles and impalas and birds, and all these animals I did not expect to see so soon in this trip, all before our very first lunch. And yeah, that was really cool. There was about 5 different Jeeps and we all split up into different Jeeps. Since there are 30 people on this trip, it is the biggest ambassador trip ever. And I ended up going with just one other girl, Sasha, and it was actually pretty nice. So it was just us two and then our guide. And the Jeep would like pop open, as you saw. You can sit, you can stand, and just view all the different animals. And then we ended up going to lunch. This trip is a lot of buffet style meals, which is fine with me. So we had a buffet style lunch, and that was included as well, which was great. And afterwards we went to a giraffe sanctuary. After having like a private, essentially, safari with just me and one other girl, seeing this place that was so jam-packed was a little stressful. I wish there was less people there, but it is what it is. Luckily, I was finally able to hand feed a giraffe. There was like multiple adults there. There's a baby, and yeah, so we did that. And then afterwards we went to a bead shop where there are women who they were saying are like divorced or widowed, or just women who need to make an income and support themselves, which I mean is every woman, but I think a lot of these women are in specific situations where like they really have no other choice but to support themselves, and so they work here and they make beads from scratch. And as you saw in the clips, they make the clay, and they do have like the men churn the clay, but then afterwards they're done and the women take over, and the beads will be in the kiln that's like 1,000 degrees, which is crazy, Celsius, for I forgot how long, a couple of hours. And I ended up buying some jewelry, so I will show you in a second. And then afterwards we stopped by the mall, which is literally like the next building to this hotel, which is convenient because, as I mentioned, I have no suitcase. So I have what I brought on the plane with me, which is mostly just electronics and stuff I didn't want to check. So not really anything of like toiletries or clothing. Literally what is on my back at the plane is what I have. I will show you what I ended up buying. We have here this bracelet. A lot of the beads were a lot like chunkier, and I usually like dainty jewelry like this. I got this in Peru. My friend pointed this out, and it has the giraffe pattern here, and I thought it was good to commemorate like seeing all of the giraffes in the safari today and seeing also the giraffes in the sanctuary. And then I really liked this blue pattern. That also reminds me, in the first place we went to, the safari park, wild park, our guide said this is a wild place, you can see anything here, and we did. We literally saw a dead giraffe and a lion who had killed the giraffe that day or today or yesterday, and wasn't actively eating the giraffe, but was like right by it. So I think it was like resting after eating off it, and so I didn't expect that. But we didn't see the lion kill the giraffe. It was just a bit jarring. And then we did see some like carcasses and skeletons throughout the park, and they don't do anything, the people, the rangers, they don't take away any animals or anything. They let nature take its course, so that was wild. Anyway, continuing on with the other jewelry I bought, I went a little out of my comfort zone again, like I mentioned, but hopefully I will wear them. So the next piece I got is this necklace here. I thought it'd be nice because all of their jewelry has beads like this, but these beads are smaller, and they're this really pretty like periwinkle blue, and I thought this is actually something that I could see myself wearing pretty often. Like, I think that's a pretty nice looking necklace. And then this is the one that's the most, I don't know, unrealistic for me to consistently wear at home, but I really liked it, and you never know, maybe I will with like a neutral outfit. I'm literally, my airplane outfit, like this black top and leggings. So, you know, pop a color. But it's this bracelet here. These beads are a bit bigger, but again, you've got the giraffe pattern, you've got this zebra, you've even got like this green giraffe. It almost reminds me of like a turtle or a tortoise, and just a bunch of other ones. I thought this was quite fun and pretty. I love this emerald green. Maybe I'll wear this, you know, a bit more, definitely on this trip. I thought it was fun, goes to a good cause. So that is the actual just for fun souvenirs that I got. And then next is what I got clothing wise. First I went to Max and they only had big sizes left, but you know, I kind of like oversized stuff. So this shirt, I think I'll honestly wear when I get home. I really liked it, and it'll be my pajama shirt tonight, which will be nice to sleep in like a clean shirt, not from the plane. We had a girl join my safari Jeep later on because she wasn't feeling well earlier in the day. I was telling them that, oh, I really wish the mall has boba, but I highly doubt that just because we're in Kenya, you know. But I ended up finding this shirt here. What's your flavor? And it has all these different bobas on it. Like, are you kidding me? I mean, this is gonna be my PJ shirt. Here at home, I can wear this out and about, even at home in general. So I'm very excited about that. And then I also just saw this shirt. It is just literally a basic like burgundy maroon colored shirt, and I decided to get it. I was thinking of wearing it tomorrow, but then I ended up getting a different shirt at a different store, so we'll see. But I liked this option to have as a basic shirt. I got some socks because I literally have one pair and it's on my feet. And then I really love button up shirts, sage green top, and I think this is actually pretty good. I don't think I got anything that I would not wear back home, so that's good. I really didn't want to buy stuff just to have in the day or two. I think I'm most likely gonna wear this tomorrow. I'm gonna try this stuff on right now. And then last is just some PJ pants. They're this like nude, like not full length, they're like 3/4 of a length. That is what I got. I'm gonna give you a room tour, and then I'm going to try this stuff on and meet everyone for dinner. So tomorrow, I know we're changing hotels, and I think we're doing another safari, and just pray that my bag comes. Here is the entryway. I upgraded it to a single room. It is a very modern and nice looking hotel room. So here is the bathroom. You've got, of course, the sink and some goodies. I asked for a toothbrush and toothpaste because I didn't have that. Luckily, I have face wash, so I use that, of course. And this is pretty cool. It has different features. I actually haven't even touched anything. I don't know if it does anything. Ooh. Okay, that's pretty cool. And then, of course, the toilet, the shower, and it's like a waterfall style. And then it's a place where I would put my suitcase if I had one. And then I have my bed, the clothes I just showed you, a desk area where I've just plopped a bunch of stuff, my malaria pills, vitamins, skincare stuff, sweater, and they give you water bottles here in the hotel, which I really appreciate. And then I have my tote bag and my backpack and all the things charging. So the bed's pretty comfortable. I slept overall pretty well last night. I did wake up several times, but you know, completely different time zone and new environment. So yeah, that has been the very long update. All right, everyone. So there is an update. I had dinner, by the way, and it was just downstairs in like the hotel breakfast, lunch, dinner area. So I'm not gonna lie, the welcome dinner for this trip hasn't been as great as other welcome dinners that were like more elaborate restaurants. It was, you know, still an included dinner and got to see and hang out with everyone, which was great. But I just got off the phone with British Airways, which is what I flew here, and they said my bag's in Nairobi. I was expecting or hoping it was en route, or as long as it wasn't still in Seattle, but it's in Nairobi. They said it has to go through customs and that might take a few hours, which I don't understand why, because if you fly, you get off your plane and your bag comes shortly after. It doesn't take hours. I'm just happy it's here. The only thing is we're switching hotels tomorrow, and the hotel's kind of far. So I'm hoping to get it before. I kind of just wish we were here an extra day to avoid that drama. But I'm getting so into this bag situation that you all probably don't care that much, so my apologies. But I was gonna say, I feel like I filmed a lot today. I might just have this be a day 1 in Nairobi video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video here in Kenya. Okay, bye!